All right. Well, that's better. That's better. Okay, we're actually here this time.
Right.
No OBS crashing.
That's always fun.
Yeah. Embarrassing on our first stream back.
I say we call it an homage to Dave because he was notoriously late starts.
Well, I don't know if I would call it a late start, but it was, I mean, I guess 5 minutes late. Yeah, it's a late start. Dang it. Anyway, hello everybody. I am Bryce. I am Smiteworks' new streaming specialist, and I do promise that I actually do know what I'm doing, except for the times that I don't. So what is a streaming specialist? It means I'm supposed to know how to do this correctly, but sometimes I hit the wrong button.
Especially when you have all new little extras to add on.
Correct.
I'm loving that starting screen.
Yeah, it should be swapped over now to our main scene with both of us. I don't know what the delay to like Facebook and the others are though, because I know that you're monitoring those. Anyway, I'm Bryce, streaming specialist for Smiteworks. So you're all going to be seeing a lot of me recently. Yeah, I'm joined tonight by Paulette, who you probably all already know. Social media manager at Smiteworks. And we're here to talk to you about all new Fantasy Grounds stuff.
And we have a lot of it.
Yeah, we do. We do. Am I J-Rock on Twitch? Am I I'm assuming you're referring to Starfinder. Am I a Starfinder fan? I am a Starfinder fan. I just haven't had the time to run a game in Starfinder yet, but it's coming soon. It's hard to see, but the book is sitting like right there in the background.
Well, and speaking of books and things that you're going to run, what games do you run? So that way people can get to know you.
That's a good question. I do a lot of D&D 5e, as I'm sure a lot of us do, or just D&D in general. Used to do some AD&D second edition, but been running a lot of 5e. But I just picked up Pathfinder second edition, Starfinder, Deadlands, and a bunch of others. And I'm real excited to actually get into some of those, because those are all games that I've always like wanted to, but I never had enough friends that wanted to also play them.
And which one of those will be, I don't know, Fantasy Grounds employee game?
Anything besides WotC and Paizo systems? Currently, no, but I am planning to start running some Vampire the Masquerade.
Ooh. It's a system I have not played, and
it's a very, very interesting system. The more I read through the books, the more I'm like, this is really interesting, but it totally makes sense.
Oh, neat. And what got you into role-playing games?
What got me into role-playing games? That is a very, is a really good question. Actually, it was when I was a kid. It was my dad and his second edition D&D box set. The one with the big, actually both second edition box sets, the ones with the big red dragon on them. Specifically, I really liked the one that came with that really cheesy CD that had like an audio drama almost to try and explain how Dungeons and Dragons works. And it's so cheesy, but it's just fun. So yeah, that's what got me into role-playing games. Mr. Mediocre on Twitch, do you prefer established campaign settings, or do I homebrew more often than not? For me, because I'm typically fairly busy and I don't really have the time to create my own homebrew world, I do typically go, lean towards established settings. Plus, I'm a big sucker for the Forgotten Realms. I know, like, oh, it's very generic, but it's like, it's fantasy comfort food. It's fantasy comfort food.
That's a nice way of saying it. We have a lot of people. I don't even know how many are watching right now. Only two.
Yeah. We've got 17 over on Twitch, one on YouTube. Hello, YouTube, and your 2 on Facebook. That is a reminder that you can watch us. You can watch this on any of Fantasy Grounds' social media pages.
Oh, we should be live on, I believe, Twitter as well.
Yes,
now.
and now live on Twitter.
Oh.
I don't even know you could do that.
I just found it the other day. I was like, well, let's get us on there.
Hi, Tarlis on YouTube. How you doing? Steambeth on Twitch says your background, Paulette, is awesome.
Thank you. I wish it was real bookcases.
Yeah.
But maybe eventually. I'm thinking about changing, to a little studio. So, and y'all ask questions.
I'm getting the questions. I'm just like answering them as they come in. So Fantasy Grounds Derek on Twitch. Gee, I wonder who that is. Hey Bryce, long time listener, first time caller, big fan. My question is, what is your go-to move when your players decide to go the completely different direction of the campaign you had planned, and have nothing planned for what they decide to do? Usually it's cry inside a little bit, but then I'm a big proponent of whatever I had planned doesn't really matter. TPK, no, Kevin, no. Kevin from YouTube says you should TPK him. No, that's not. I'm definitely not that guy. No, I'm a big fan of whatever I had planned. It doesn't always matter if it takes place when or where I had it set. So if I'm like telling the party they need to go to the big castle on the hill, and they're like, no, you know what? I'd rather go to the cemetery. I'll try to work in the same story beats that I might have wanted at the castle into yeah. Oh, Steambeth on Twitch says cough dinosaur races cough. That's a reference to Steambeth is one of my players. And for anyone familiar with Tomb of Annihilation, the Wizards of the Coast campaign setting or book module, not campaign setting. There's dinosaur races as a mechanic in the beginning, and my players decided, because one of them was a dragonborn, that when they first saw a dinosaur, they were like, "Oh, it's just like me. I want to be like I'm just like them. We need to free all the dinosaurs. We need to liberate the dinosaurs of Chult." And then the paladin is like, "All right, well, if you think you're a dinosaur, why don't you just enter the dinosaur race?" And the dragonborn's like, "I will."
And?
So the dragonborn entered the dinosaur race as the dinosaur, and our elf wizard rode like on her shoulders.
Great.
And they lost.
Oh, no.
I think they came in second place. They got really close. They did really, really well.
That's what I love about the game. You never know where it's going to head.
Yeah, Mr. Mediocre over on Twitch. Good way of doing a Lost World style campaign. Oh, Telgorth. actually, this is a question from Twitch, and this is actually what we were going to get into talking about in basically like right now. As streaming specialist for Spikeworks, what can we look forward to in terms of schedule and programs in the future? Excellent, because we do have some things coming in the future for Twitch, YouTube, and all of that. So, obviously, Fantasy Grounds Fridays is back. It's going to be every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We're currently working on a... Actually, with Fantasy Grounds Fridays, I'm going to double back because I did forget to mention, I want to bring Fantasy Grounds Fridays back to its more original format of lots of interviews and things like that with people in the industry, our content creators that make stuff for the Forge or DM's Guild and stuff like that, as well as other content creators that make content on YouTube and Twitch with Fantasy Grounds. So we're going to be doing interviews with them. We're planning potentially a Wednesday show we're thinking about that will be a lot of that will be mostly focused on the Tuesday updates and new releases. So that kind of section of Fantasy Grounds Fridays will eventually, but not for a little bit, get moved over there so that Fantasy Grounds Fridays can be focused on those interviews and discussions. We're also going to be starting our own actual play streams. In fact, my personal actual play, Fabled Dice, that has been running on my Twitch channel, will be moving over to Fantasy Grounds. We've been going for quite a while, and we're starting that up on Saturday the 19th, so next week, not this Saturday. And more in the future. Definitely going to be doing a bunch of one-shot actual plays in various systems. Like I said, I really want to do some Vampire the Masquerade.
Lord knows you have enough people in Fantasy Grounds that'll play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the benefit of working for a role-playing game company. It's really easy to get a bunch of people that want to play role-playing games.
Well, even if you don't work for Fantasy Grounds, there's always the Discord and the website to find groups to play with or get people to play.
That is an excellent point. You can actually, I do have the links to some of those down below. Oh, Brimstone on YouTube. Do we have any information on if and when the Tal'Dorei Reborn will be coming to the platform? I do not know. I hope it will, but I can't speak on that.
I was going to say, I usually know, I don't know, the day it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hopefully though.
And speaking of things that come out, I see that they're showing the different titles that are new in the store this week.
Yes. All right, let's.
Some good title.
Please don't break this time. It don't worry, it didn't. I clicked the right button this time. All right, so which title should we talk about first?
Well, I like old D&D stuff. I saw we did have one of the
one D&D classics.
Yeah.
You're talking about D&D classics B4, The Lost City. Yep, got that one. Good old fashioned AD&D module for our AD&D or for our D&D classics rule set. That's a good one. I haven't actually used the D&D classics rule set yet. I really need to.
There's some really good games.
I know I like all those old modules. I just haven't done. I just haven't used Fantasy Grounds D&D classics rule set yet to run them. I'm gonna have to convince my players to try it. All of them are all like new D&D fans, so it'll be nice and fun. Thaco, what's that?
Well, that's exactly what's What's a Thaco?
What do you mean their armor class is -4?
It's learning it. It's not that hard to learn.
No, it's not. It's nowhere near as hard as some people make it sound, but it's just funny. All right, got any others? We got Pathfinder Quest for the Frozen Flame, Adventure Path 1, Broken Tusk Moon. And I believe this is also a if I'm correct at what I saw on Paizo's Twitter, I believe that this is a brand new, as in it just came out in book form as well, Adventure Path.
Don't have it in front of me. Oh, I see somebody wrote Thaco, the new math of tabletop role.
Yep.
Yes.
It is. Urgerkin on Twitch asks, is Iron Kingdoms 5e coming to FGU? Again, that's not something that I have the information on, unfortunately. But when it does, I'll make sure everyone knows as soon as I do.
Say as soon as it goes live, it'll be in one of the social media areas.
Yeah, there's too many games and too many books.
Tuesday is typically the day that the games will drop. New books will come out in the store.
All right, we got some Mutant Crawl Classic came out this week. Mutant Crawl Classics. I can't say that. Number 2, A Fallen Star for All. Another system that I almost picked up Dungeon Crawl Classics, and I've read through the PDF for that one. I don't know anything about Mutant Crawl.
I have not played that one yet either, but I do like the cover art on this.
The cover art is actually, it's fantastic. I love all of those Goodman Games cover arts.
Yeah, they're very eye-catching. The other one that I liked, and it wasn't the cover, I like the cover, it's the Traveler book.
Yeah.
It came out this week. There's a gorilla picture inside of it that's really awesome.
Thokor over on Twitch, you can't go wrong with creating 5 characters and hoping at least one survives. That's actually my favorite. Like I said, I haven't run a game yet, but that's my favorite part of Dungeon Crawl Classic is that super weird way of doing character creation. It's such a cool and unique way of doing it. This is another one. Oh, it's Traveler. That's okay.
The Traveler, the Soleimani worlds. Yeah, yep. That's the one.
I know. It usually it says like the rule set first, so that's why I was like, I really don't know what this is. Traveler. I need to get into Traveler. I've been watching all of Seth Skorkowski's videos on it. It's surprisingly hard to find friends that like sci-fi games, though. Everyone loves their high fantasy.
Yeah, I dabble in a little bit of all of it. So.
Yeah, but we got some. How'd you say it?
Which one? The
Soleimani.
Monty Worlds, the Curlin cluster.
That one just released.
It just released, and that's the one I love. There's a picture inside of it of a gorilla.
Yeah, with a revolver. It looks like. That's some great art.
Big gun.
Yeah, a big gun for a big ape. All right, for those Savage World fans, because I know I saw a few of you. We got Lankmar, Savage Seas of Nihon, sorry. My dyslexia kicked in and swapped the H and the W, but we got some Savage World supplements out for you. Yeah, GM Source on Twitch. Vampire is like, it's just such a good, like, for me, it's the setting. That's what does it for me. It's just such an interesting world that it's built. All right, other new releases. I'm gonna try to grab this one in order because I know that my buttons are almost in order, but I know like 3 of them are swapped, so I have to find them. But for our for Grimpress 5e compatible, we got Embracing the Void. Grimpress does a lot of great 5e content though. I need to go and read this one because that cover art has captivated me. I'm gonna have to read it now, but I like Grimpress's other stuff.
I have a few of those of theirs.
Yeah, them and like Kobold Press are like the best 5e, extra material publishers. That too. They also do some amazing. I have seen that Grimpress has some amazing extensions as well.
Now, another one that came out this week, Kingdoms and Warfare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a picture for that. I do. Yes, Kingdoms and Warfare.
It kickstarted.
I was gonna say, did I miss it on the list of new release? No, it's at the top. That's the 2 that were out of order. Yeah, Kingdoms and Warfare, another great 5e supplement. As well as we also have Ghoul Island, Act 3 Cleanup Crew. J-Rock at Twitch. Hopefully Fantasy Grounds will get Fallout 2D20, Dune, and I think that's the Star Trek one. I hope so too. One can hope. Yep, Kingdoms and Warfare is a Matt Colville product. Honestly, so you know it's good. I like Colville. I like him a lot. All right, what else? We got a bunch of the Pathfinder. Actually, I say a bunch, but it's 2 of them of the Pathfinder map packs. Got Ruins and Caverns, as well as what?
Then you have the Jan Lu's the token.
Yep, that's what I was just going into. We got the Constructs 1 and Frozen Adventurers token packs. And finally, because now I don't know which button it's in. I tried to put I have a Stream Deck. I tried to put the icons of the things on, but the images were too small, so they're just like this big. So I look at it, I'm like, I can't read that. I won't pull up the image. But we got Vault of Magic by Kobold Press. Like I said, I'm a huge Kobold Press fan. I started running, I started interjecting some of the Tome of Beasts stuff into my Curse of Strahd campaign, and it's just freaked out the players because they're like, what is this? I've never heard of this monster. Especially one of them, because he doesn't, I don't think he does it intentionally or with malice, but he's the type of guy who he just goes and reads everything on D&D. So he's an unintentional metagamer. He's not doing it on purpose, but he unintentionally does it because he loves it so much.
Well, those are the ones you have to have, the little special.
Yeah, so I started throwing in a whole bunch of Kobold Press and Grimpress and just some of the third-party stuff because you got to throw them a curveball.
Yeah. Now we also have the new releases on the Forge.
Yes, we got a couple of new Forge releases. Do you want to drop a? There we go. I was gonna say you want to drop a link to the Forge. Thank you.
And then I'm dropping the 2 releases with their.
Yep, we got Against the Dark Master core rules, and the rule set. I believe you can still claim the rule set for free. But the Against the Dark Master core rules, I haven't picked up the core rules yet, but I grabbed the rule set because I'm really interested in trying this. It's a really fun looking, old fashioned, epic tabletop game. It just looks like fun. Oh yes, and Castle of Crusades, Castles and Crusades. It's not one of our new releases. Oh no, it is a new release because we got Castle and Crusades C2, Shades of Mist. I bet Knight was talking about the rule set is also free to claim on the Forge. But yeah, we also have Castle Crusade C2 Shades of Mist by Troll Lord Games.
There's quite a few things on sale this week as well. Link to the store will take you to all of those.
Yep. And if you're wondering what they are, we do have the little slider over there in the bottom corner of the screen, right under Paulette. It's got all of the sales and how much they are off. All right. So what do we talk about now?
Well, virtual D&D weekend is coming up. That will be next week. It's the 18th through the 20th. There are 6 different Fantasy Grounds tables, and they are filling up. Matter of fact, I know one of the tables only had 2 seats left. I put that in the chat. I go over there, and this is a paid game. I've played in some. It is a lot of fun. Then I know Adventures League is their February game will be coming out Saturday the 26th. I don't have a link for that yet. As soon as I do, I will release that. Right now, I know they're getting DMs for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you haven't played in one of the virtual weekends, it's fun, especially for those people that always DM. Play one of those. Let somebody else,
Let somebody else DM for you.
Yeah.
God, maybe I should do that. I've been a forever DM for like 2.5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I've not played in someone else's campaign in over 2 years.
I'm actually taking classes with Leroon from Fantasy Grounds Academy right now, learning how to DM.
Wow, I wish I had that. I just got thrown into it. I got thrown into it because my old DM wasn't a very nice person. So we were all just like, we don't need to. You don't need to play with people who are mean. There's plenty of people who are awesome. So they were like, well, Bryce, you just DM for us. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. They're like, I don't care. You have 2 weeks. Figure it out. Figure it out. We want to play.
Well, I'm learning how to DM and on Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, Fantasy Grounds makes it easier. I don't know how I did like the first, like year and a half without Fantasy Grounds. Like playing, I really like playing in person, but DMing, I love DMing on Fantasy Grounds. There's just so much stuff you can do.
Right. Well, we had an actual tabletop game because of all the world went to online, and we've actually now incorporated mixing the two together.
Oh, how do you do that? How are you doing that?
We've got a TV in the middle of the table, and we're using it.
Oh, nice.
Laptops.
Nice. And Fantasy Grounds Academy, thank you. Thank you for that. That was very nice of you. This is Bryce. Your games are fun to watch. Thank you. They, like I said, they are moving over onto these channels. Next week. Next week. We are currently in the middle of Curse of Strahd, but honestly, in the middle is a kindness because legitimately the players have not done that much. That's just the joy of having a party full of people with ADHD, where they're like, okay, we'll start doing what we should. Wait a minute. This guy's talking about a lost girl in the woods. Well, we gotta help her. We gotta save her. I don't care that, like, sure, we were tasked to find these magic druid gemstones. No, we gotta find this one random person who went missing.
The gemstones will still be there.
Yeah, I suppose, probably. They're gonna be really upset if they finally like, all right, we'll finally do the actual like quest that you wanted us to, and then I'm like, okay, the gems are broken now. They're gonna be
It's like
really
when
upset.
the group walks into the tavern, there's a job board. The whole group looked at the job board and went, nah.
But what about that goblin that's sitting in the corner? What about him? What's his entire life story?
Wait a minute. He's got a purple shirt. I want to talk to him.
Yep.
But
Every time. Every time. God, I love players.
anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I'm free to answer any questions you have if I can, obviously. Like I said, we don't really we don't have a lot of info that we can give about new releases outside of what released this week. But hopefully soon we'll have some stuff to talk about, because there are some cool things coming in the future. Man, I wish I could talk about some of them. That's the hardest part. No, I won't be leaking anything, so don't try.
And don't forget, tomorrow is Josh's show for those that,
yes,
map making. Every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, Savage does whack on Twitch. That's a very good question. Why was the title on YouTube Fantasy Grounds Map and Image Creation? I'm gonna have to take that up with Restream because I updated it.
It didn't.
And I guess it didn't take.
Oh.
Yeah, I
think you have to update it with each individual all the way down the list.
Yep. It sure is the wrong title. I don't have access to the YouTube page yet, so I can't fix that.
Should do it in Restream. It'll show you in the very beginning screen. You got to cut and paste all the way down the whole list.
That would do it.
This is one of the few things in Restream that I learned how to do.
Well, I'm glad that you did, because like I said, I never used Restream for my personal stuff. I guess for those that don't know, I've been streaming for like 2.5 years now, and streaming D&D for 2 of those. So I promise that I do know what I'm doing. I just have never used Restream. So that's all new for me. There we go. I know what happened. It was that crash. It reset the Restream thing, so it just defaulted to the old one. But yeah, Paulette's right. We do have Josh's map making streams tomorrow, and honestly, I love watching him make maps, because I don't know, I can't do it in Fantasy Grounds. I've opened up the map creator every time, and I just stare at it. I'm like, I don't know where to start, and then I'd like drop some stuff down, and I'm like, I don't know how he does this, and he's so good at it.
And it's going back and watching his show, and I literally will start the show, stop, and do it with him. And after a while, you really do. Once you start learning how to rote memory of doing the different.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that, because the every time I watch him, I'm like, oh, these map tools are like so much better than even some of the dedicated like map builders. But
yeah,
I always open it, and I'm just like, my face just glazes over, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
And then if your face does glaze over and you go, but I like his better, guess what? You can get them on the Forge for free.
That's a good point. All of Josh's maps are available on the Fantasy Grounds Forge.
Yeah. Now, you do need to have either the map making subscription or whichever packs that he used the map to show up in your campaign.
Yeah. Subscription's so worth it, though.
Yeah.
It's so cheap, and you get all of them.
That one off the top of my head, I'm going to pull this up because I don't want to quote the wrong price.
Yeah, that too. The map load keeps. Thank you, Fantasy Grounds Academy.
It's $5 a month or $50 per year.
That's like nothing. Yeah, no, the mapping tools, they really do. They keep the memory load down, because I'm sure we've all done it where we load a really big map into Fantasy Grounds, and then for like the next 4 minutes, your whole computer is like, I can't do it.
I believe Fantasy Grounds Academy is doing a map making this month.
Ooh, nice. Thelgor asks over on Twitch if not sure if I missed it, but did I mention how I came across Fantasy Grounds? I didn't mention it, but I came across Fantasy Grounds because I needed a way to stream Dungeons and Dragons that was much easier than trying to do it in person. I don't know if you've ever tried streaming Fantasy Grounds in person, or not Fantasy Grounds, Dungeons and Dragons in person. But it is a logistical nightmare if you want cameras on everyone and a microphone on everyone, and then you run out of USB ports on your computer. Yeah, and that was, like I said, that was like 2.5 years ago, where I was like, oh, I should use this.
And when you can't see the dice rolls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, so that was the thing that, like, we were like, okay, so we need a camera on each player. And now we need another camera that is like on a really tall tripod pointed down at the table so you can see the map and the miniatures and our dice rolls. But then like you get them all plugged in, you realize I don't have enough USBs. And it was just much easier just to switch to Fantasy Grounds and tell everybody, just stay home. Just stay home and Discord call.
You saving gas and yeah.
You do. You somehow managed to save an interruption because we were all meeting at all of us that were in that stream. We volunteered at a haunted house, so we talked the owner into letting us use like a back room with a big table to do that from. So, but then like someone else would go up there for like haunted house related stuff, and then they'd just barge in and we'd be like, we're busy.
Not like at home when you're streaming, you can close doors and
lock the door.
Turn off the cell phone.
That doesn't always work. If somebody really wants to contact you, they will find a way.
Find a way.
They'll find a way, drive over to your house, bang on the door.
Right. So what else do we have? Anybody have any games going on this weekend?
That's a good question. Unfortunately, I do not.
I have D&D tonight.
Oh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. As not your DM, you can have inspiration. Just go and tell your DM. You know, I have inspiration. What? Oh yeah, Bryce told me I get inspiration.
Bryce said I get automatic inspiration tonight.
Who's Bryce? Doesn't matter.
Well, it's played on Fantasy Grounds, so that he could be watching it.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Well, if you're Paulette's DM, if you're watching this, Paulette gets inspiration at the start of the night.
I'd rather have advantage on my first, on some of my attacks.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I don't
stab.
Not doing a regular D&D this week, and I'm sad about it, but I'm really excited to start next week and to move the stream over here.
So you just one stream weekly? Is that all you have right now?
Tabletop related. Tabletop related, yeah, that's all I have. Occasionally we work in a second one, and we'll do like a one shot in something. I know that recently we just did a one shot in. It's a 5e conversion called Carbon 2185. It is a great like cyberpunk 5e conversion. So if you really like 5e, but you also want to play a cyberpunk game, Carbon 2185 is super awesome. And I had to go through the hard work of converting it to Fantasy Grounds myself, because there isn't an official one yet. But that was a lot of fun, actually. It was a lot of fun. And that was when I converted that was when I learned, like, it's actually really easy to convert things. At least easier than I expected it to be. Yeah, Dragon Turtle put that one out.
I was excited because Gamma World is now on the Forge. For someone converted over so it can be used.
Oh, was it?
So yes. Yeah, it's over on the Forge. I'm trying to get my group was playing on another, we weren't using any virtual tabletop, and I was like, come on guys, now it's over here, let's come play. So we're hoping to get that switched over soon.
Yeah, Savage. That's true. It is easy now when you don't have to, hand code the XML. Although I did mine before the rules, or not the rule set, the what is it called? The reference manual builder was put in. Oh. So I just didn't bother with a reference manual, so everything was just done in its place. So now I need to go and actually add a reference manual to that, and maybe eventually, because I didn't code the whole system, I just coded the parts that we need. So maybe eventually I'll actually finish that and toss up that rule set on the Forge. Oh, Kozio on Twitch. Thanks for the subscription. I hope you enjoy all your fun new emotes. And Fantasy Grounds Academy as well. I don't know if anyone has seen it. So since we're here to talk, or we talked a little bit about the changes to Twitch. I don't know if anyone noticed it. There's been some minor changes to our emotes. We added a few. I added a few extra ones, including 2 animated ones, because we got animated emotes now. So you can get your Fantasy Grounds dice roll, which looks like that. As well as for our subscriber badges. I went and there's now subscriber badges all the way up to like 4.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, eventually, I think I'm going to try to actually change those out so that they get like even fancier as like they go on. Because right now they're just like it's just like a color change. But I think eventually I would like them to get just like really overly fancy when you get to like 2 years, 3 years.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Yeah, good Lord, emote explosion. Yeah. All right.
I have to go back and watch the video to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I had to move some stuff around, so it didn't quite play out exactly how the emote explosion is supposed to. There's some stuff that I still need to move around. Oh, Steam Beth, thank you as well for the subscription on Twitch. You're all so nice. In fact, we started a Twitch hype train. Ain't that fun? I don't know what that means, but I know that it gives out free global emotes to people. So that's fun. And yeah, Fantasy Grounds Academy. I'm really glad to be able to come in and refine the Twitch experience and hopefully produce some fun shows. I don't know, Paulette, you think they're going to be fun shows?
I hope so. I think they are.
Oh, Simple DM, we got another subscription, got that hype train going, and the emotes are flowing everywhere.
Oh, and while it's in my head, Valentine's Day is Monday. So don't forget to get your gamer, either a new game or
one of those ones on sale, maybe
a subscription if they have, if they don't already have a license key. Get everybody playing together, or There's always, fantasy
I
ground
need
swag.
I need to get me some of that. I didn't even know that we had a swag store. So yeah, I gotta hop over there, and I'll make sure I actually get a link on our Twitch panels. If you want to find that at any time, I'll make sure that I get that put in.
I've already posted it so they can. Yeah, I actually will have a picture coming soon of Fantasy Grounds onesie.
Oh, well, isn't that fun?
It's for
Isn't
babies,
that
not
fun?
for adults. It'd be cool if they got one of the onesie outfits.
Yeah,
I would love that.
the
Yeah, a jammy onesie. I would love that.
I do, Boffrin. I do need some Fantasy Grounds drip. So that's what I'm gonna do when the show is over. Is probably go buy a Fantasy Grounds shirt.
And they have them in red and black.
Oh, perfect. My favorite. Now, if only I could get one in like black and purple.
There's definitely black and purple.
Excellent. Perfect.
Yeah.
My life is complete.
Well, see, I was happy because they have it in pink as well. They just didn't have the hoodie in my size in pink, so.
Sad.
It's all right. It came in burgundy. I'm happy.
A burgundy, that's a nice color. It's a nice color.
Got about 6 of these.
All right. Well, if anybody else has any questions or anything for me or for Paulette, now's a great time to ask. Or other than that, I think we're pretty much winding down and getting close to the end. Savage Doswelk. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, please feel free to correct me. Thank you very much for the Twitch subscription. Keeping that hype train, we're getting close to level 3.
Wow.
I don't know what level 3 does besides give out free emotes to people in chat, but I'm sure everyone wants those. That's a good idea. Is there a category on the store to see things on sale?
You first go to the store, the beginning thing, it's going to show you the new releases. And then once you get to the new releases, the end of those, then it starts the sale items. Yes.
Yes.
There's a
Yeah, there's some fun stuff on sale. Like I mentioned, Vault of Magic, some Pathfinder 2, Pathfinder 2nd Edition Bestiary, Van Richten's Guide, Starfinder Starship Operations Manual. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to go through some of the big ones. Pathfinder 2, Lost Omen, Gods and Magic. Alien Archives for Starfinder, Wise Guys for Savage World. There's some good stuff on sale this week. And as Paulette said, you'll love the D&D classics, Faith and Avatars. Just shows recommendations on the store. So here's my tip. If you go to the store, you scroll down past the top sellers. If you click that little drop down, make sure you're sorting by release date. And then scroll down under the first set until you see the ones with the green sale text on them, and then everyone after that is what's on sale.
Then when you get through the sale, then you'll go to last week's new releases.
That's true. Yeah, just make sure that you're sorting by release date and not something else. Because if you sort by popularity or something, you're gonna get a very different list. Actually, I lied, because if you sort by popularity, you know what comes up first? Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft on sale.
There we go.
Look at that. That's fun. That's a great book. Is one of my favorite 5e books.
As much as I love vampires, I've never played Ravenloft.
Yeah, we ran the so for our Curse of Strahd stream, instead of running Death House as the intro, we ran the Van Richten's Guide adventure, the House of Lament. It is such a good adventure, and I know that it's an old adventure. I know it was originally published in like 2nd edition. It's so good.
All right. Well, does anybody else have any questions?
Oh, what? I got one of those hype train emotes. It looks like it's like a bear or it's a hippo eating a cookie. Twitch does some fun stuff. Yeah, all right. I gotta scroll back to the list of chat because I'm sure I've missed some stuff while we were goofing around. Fantasy Grounds, go to the Forge website. I don't know that the answer to that, Mr. Mediocre. But if it's a consistent issue, write to support, and we'll get you sorted out.
Or you can go on the Discord channel to, depending on if it's Unity or Classic, there's support.
Yeah, it was specifically it sounded like it was specifically a website issue. But you could still bring that up on Discord, and I'm sure somebody would be happy to help. Or you could just write to our support. And yeah, Fantasy Grounds Derek, the hour is almost over, unfortunately.
Faster than expected, didn't it?
It goes by quick. Goes by quick. Yeah. So yep, like I said, now's a great time to get any last minute questions in. Can't wait to see you all next week for our next Fantasy Grounds Fridays, as well as my actual play show Fabled Dice premiering on the Fantasy Grounds channels as well. Tune in for that. It's a lot of fun. We use if you're watching us on Twitch, you'll be able to watch us on any of them. But if you're watching us on Twitch, you can use the Twitch channel points to interact with the stream.
Neat.
You can do things like, and I'll give an example. You can do things like giving a player advantage, or giving them disadvantage, or doing that to the DM. Or my favorite is adding charges of wild magic onto people's rolls. That one's always my favorite.
Oh, and I've got lots of points saved up.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Any word on if there's a new GaryCon module? Will be on Fantasy Grounds soon. I don't have the word on that, but hopefully, if it is a thing, I'll have the word on it soon. Where is it? Bane TBC on Twitch. What is your favorite dinosaur? I'm not going to read the second part of that, but what is my favorite dinosaur? I don't know, Paulette. What's yours?
Rex.
T-Rex. That's a nice classic choice. Yeah, nice classic choice.
I love Triceratops.
I know it was meant as humor. I just don't want to, get into that. But I do like the question, so we're gonna answer it.
I don't like raptors.
You don't like raptors? Why? They're awesome. They're just like birds, but bigger and scarier.
That's why.
That's why.
They're like birds.
I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna throw out a bit of a curveball. I'm gonna have to say Baryonyx. If you don't know about that dinosaur, I can't tell you how to spell it, but you should look it up. It's really cool. They're like, if you know what a Spinosaurus is, they're like tiny Spinosaurus, and they hunt fish, and they're really cool. They also have like really, really big like clawed thumbs. Like imagine a raptor, like the raptor claw, but it's on their thumbs.
Cool.
Of course, Steam Beth knows the spelling of baryonyx. Yeah, that one. That one's my favorite. I've just always thought they were so cool. It's my favorite dinosaur in the game Ark as well, just because they're just so cute. Dino is your... Sorry. Was I supposed to read that as Dino, as in the Flintstones? Norman on YouTube. Any updates on the Mask of Nyarlathotep for Call of Cthulhu? I don't have any info. I really wish that I did. I need to find out some of these questions if I can answer them.
If it's released, then we'll know.
That's a good.
Yeah, we don't have dates for things that are coming out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hello, Play Games Patty over on Twitch. Welcome back, and welcome Bryce. Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. Oh, Drake Takes, hello as well. You see it in the store, it's available. That's pretty funny.
Drake's gonna ask you to join in his
Oh, I know, game. And I would love to join in for one of your games. I think there was another one that I missed. No, there was not another question I missed. Besides Bane following up with, next time I'll ask what's your favorite Disney song? And why is it we don't talk about Bruno? It's not, but only because I haven't seen that movie. Which is weird because I have Disney Plus. It's just never like crossed my mind. I don't know, Paul. I could just answer that. Now, do you have a favorite Disney song?
No.
No? None of them.
I can't think of any of them.
That's fair.
Okay, I do, but I don't know the name of it, and it's actually like a very old Disney. My kids used to have a videotape that had Disney lullabies, and there was a few lullabies I really liked.
Yeah.
None from the regular movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're good, but it's not stick.
I like
Go to see a lot.
Yeah, I like Nights. Or Night. My favorite Disney song is the Avengers theme. That's true, and the Star Wars theme. Can I just say that?
Yeah,
Can I just say the Star Wars theme?
I'll take that one too.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think though more seriously, it's probably like it does count now. It does, but I think my actual, like, if I was to give like an actual like answer that's not a troll answer like Star Wars, it's probably either Prince Ali from Aladdin, like Mr. Mediocre says, or it's the Street Rat song at the beginning of Aladdin. I just really like Aladdin. Aladdin's just such a well-made animated film. And Robin Williams. Imperial March. It's just so funny that we can include Star Wars as that now. It's funny to think that Princess Leia is a Disney princess now.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Play Games Patty. We're basically at the end, so I think that'll probably end up the last like big question. But last year the Humble Bundle for Fantasy Grounds Pathfinder modules was really cool. Is that something that Smite Works will do again? I'm gonna say I don't know, but I'm gonna say that I really hope so, because it was really cool. And I'm not gonna say that I bought it, but I'm not gonna not say. No, it was really cool, and I really hope that we do some more of those, because that was one of the best deals to get into Pathfinder. I think it was first edition Pathfinder. So hopefully.
I did one that was a Starfinder one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I really need to start getting more into Starfinder because it's just such a cool setting to me.
I've got costumes ready for it, so.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. I don't have any sci-fi costumes, so that's not gonna work.
Got a rainbow wig.
Nice. No, all my costumes are like horror themed, and I have my one fantasy rogue / ranger costume.
Now, I think the only thing you've named off, I really don't have much of, and I'm sure I could put it together from what I have. Steampunk, I don't have anything that's dedicated to that.
I would have expected, honestly, that's something I would have expected.
Yeah, no, I
Easy costume, you're a Doctor Who companion. Street clothes work. That's such a good answer. I do have I could do that. All right.
I had my Time Lord shirt on yesterday.
That's fun. I do have an 11th Doctor costume lying around somewhere.
I used to have a Leela costume. Showing my age.
And Drink Takes, thank you. It was done by our friend Brad. It is nice. It is nice, especially the background with its slight movement. I really like that. All right. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to. I guess this is the end of the stream. So, I'm glad you were all able to make it to our first Fantasy Grounds Fridays. I'm glad you have all. Enjoyed yourself, I hope. And I don't know. Do you got anything, Paulette? You got anything to add?
Come back next week and show up tomorrow for Josh's show.
Oh yeah. Show up tomorrow for Josh's show. Map building. Learn how to make maps in Fantasy Grounds. Come back next week for Fantasy Grounds Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Also. Remember that on Saturday next week, Saturday the 19th, Fabled Dice, which will be Fantasy Grounds' first actual play, will be starting up. That'll be at, I think we try to target around 9 p.m. So it is Eastern, so it's a late show. But if you're up late and you want to come and hang out, please do. Like I said, we use channel points and all that to involve the viewers in the show.
That'll work for me because I'll just be finishing up the game I'm in.
Yep.
Come in and watch yours.
Yep. Tell Josh we miss him on camera. I will do. Yeah. So I hope everyone has a good weekend and bye.